Aha! It has been a while since we have done this. Ain't that right, class? Let me make sure that everything is working okay. Want to make sure that y'all can hear me good. Yep, looks like y'all can hear me pretty good. Anyways, greetings, creatures and humans alike. I am MagiQDog, and we have officially returned to the Creature of the Weeks. For those of you that may not know about this, these are special chat streams where I treat this as a type of class where I will talk about a certain kind of mythical creature and talk about facts about them. Now, we haven't done this for quite a bit, but I do got some good news. We are back into this class, so we are doing that weekly again. However, I am also changing up some stuff. As y'all have pretty much guessed, I pretty much create like my own script, kind of read from the script, mess up a lot of stuff from the script. Yeah, it happens. However, that takes too much time. And in order to reduce that time, I have decided to cut out the script part completely. All I have done now is type down the basic information of what I need to know about these creatures, and then I'll go from there. I'll pretty much just make it up along as I see fit. So yeah, let's see how this works a lot better for us. But anywho, let's go ahead and start this class. As we are going to be learning about... Oh, whoops, wrong thing. Scribble, 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 scribble. Oh, tree, damn it. Scribble, scribble, scribble. Give me a second. As we shall be learning about the mares. So yeah, our first creature to come back, and we are going to be talking about a type of malevolent spirits. So let's get this underway. The Mare, aka Mora, are nightmare-causing demons or malevolent spirits told in both Germanic, Scandinavia, Slavic, and other mythologies. Appearances. Now, mares are a kind of demon/malevolent spirits. As such, they can take any shape and form that they wish to. However, they also got some common forms that they do take on. One of the most common forms that is normally shown in like art is this ugly goblin-like form. They may sometimes have horns and pointed ears. They may have a face that is full-on demonic. And they will often have short, bulky bodies. Kind of like a short, muscular man in a sense. However, these appearances do change and are different depending on the region or the mythologies. For example, the Germanics got another version of a mare, which they call it a bit differently as well. And there's even some that are depicted mainly as night hags, kind of like looking like a wish of the night. However, whatever the case may be, these demons are terrifying nonetheless. Row in mythologies. So, the mares are known primarily for two different things. The first one they are known is for causing sleep paralysis, paralysis, and nightmares. The mares will often sneak into the homes to sit on the person's chest. They can sneak in through any crawl space, through a keyhole, no matter what it is, as long as it is an opening to a house, they can get into it. They will find the person, and then they will sit on their chest, pretty much crushing the person in the process. At the same time, they will also induce terrible nightmares. And I mean like really bad nightmares. Like the kind that'll make you piss your pants kind of nightmares. And however, that's not the only thing. They will also suck or drain the person's life force who is having the demon. Give me a second. They will also drain the person's life force, causing their victims to have shorter lifespans. This whole process of the mares breaking into someone's home and sitting on their chest and causing these nightmares while draining their life force, this is often called the riding, because the mares are pretty much riding the victims. Now, sometimes though, these victims might wake up from these nightmares and may see the demon on them. However, they cannot move. And the reason for that is because they are paralyzed due to sleep paralysis. This is often why mares are always associated with the sleep paralysis. This is often why the mares are associated with the sleep paralysis. Because after all, it seems like a lot of cases where in the sleep paralysis, they often see something that looks like a demon. Now, these mares will not get off of the person until either 1, they get enough life force and they leave of their own accord, or 2, they may end up killing the victim outright. Now, wait, give me a second. Oh, okay. That's what I meant by that. Sorry, had to look at my notes. Actually, thanks to the mares, we actually got the word nightmare, as a nightmare is actually derived from these demons. Now, another tidbit about them is that they are known for riding horses and livestock throughout the night. They will often ride on them and often exhaust them in the morning. And that's why whenever you see an animal tired in the mornings and getting like sweat on them and everything, it's because of the mares. Now, both humans and horses will also have their hairs tangled up in knots. These knots are often caused by the mares, as they love to tangle up hair. Because of this, they are often known as mare knots. Now, in some regions, these mares may actually appear as a type of night hag, where instead of sitting on a person's chest, they will sometimes sit on their face, and they will often ride on them. Notice I'm using air quotes when I say ride. Yeah. Actually, to be truth be told, I actually have an actual account of a story that my family told me. So, this is a story that my dad told me, and he is 100% serious about this. He told me a story of a family where one of their uncles was having like really bad nightmares, like really terrible ones. Well, one night, his other family members started hearing noises, and they went to check up on him. When they went to his room, they saw a female night hag that was like in her... she looked like she was in her 80s or something, but she had like this demonic face. Apparently, she was sitting on the uncle's face, and when she saw them, she actually screamed at them at this terrifying voice before she climbed up through the chimney and escaped into the night. So, with this story, it could be possible that this creature might have been a mare. And no, I'm not making this up. This was a story told to me by my dad, and my dad is 100% serious when it comes to supernatural stories like this. So, there you go. Yeah. Hope y'all sleep better into the night. Oh, we're in the middle of an ad break. We're going to wait a bit for y'all. In the meanwhile, I think I'm going to go and get me a drink. BLB? Well, first thing first, welcome back, guys. And secondly, Knight has joined us, and he doesn't know about the story that I said. So, basically put, my dad told me a story about how a family and stuff, one of their uncles ended up having like these terrible nightmares. And then one night, his other family members heard something in his bedroom. They went to check on him, and they seen like this night hag that was sitting on his face. She screamed at them before running up through the chimney and fleeing into the night. And I said about how this reminds me of the mayor, and how that night hag might have been a possible mayor. And I'm also saying that this is a true story that my dad told me, because he does not joke around when it comes to the supernatural. He always tells me about stuff, and he always tells it as true stories. So, with that recount over, that's pretty much it for the roles in mythology. So I hope you guys learned about these kind of creatures and what they do. The other nightmarish demons. After all, other cultures and stuff also talked about these kind of creatures of the night that might be demons or malevolent spirits that causes terrible, terrible nightmares too. And the first ones we're going to talk about is the Succubus. I already talked about her on my previous Creature of the Week, so if y'all want to go on my main YouTube channel and go under my Creature of the Week playlist, she should be in there. But basically, to make a short story short, yeah, she is basically a female demoness that drains life force by through dreams. She's also a bit of a sexualized demon as well, so she may ride you in the process as well. Now another dream demon that's often sexualized is the Incubus, which is basically a male version of the Succubus. However, Incubus happens to be closely related to the Mares, believe it or not, which I'll actually come back to that later on in a bit. Now we also got the Night Hags themselves, which are basically old witches of the night that are told throughout mythologies across the world. And they often practice like dark magic, and they are often very malevolent, which pretty much corresponds to how they like torment people and cause nightmares and stuff during the night. They are also believed to be a type of mares as well. So whether or not a night hag is actually a witch or a nightmare-inducing demon, that's up for debate. Now, a type of mare is a Mora. Now, the Mora are the Slavic versions of the night hags that are often known for their shapeshifting. They can become like pet animals, they may become other people, and other kinds of stuff like that. Next up is the Alps. The Alps are the Germanic ugly male humanoids versions of the mares. Now, the Alps are known to set on female victims, often laying on their chests and stuff, to give out nightmares. They are also kind of known to assault the females as well. So yeah, very bad demons. Very bad demons indeed. Next up is the Bakhtak. The Bakhtak is a Persian ghost or goblin-like creature that is often known for causing nightmares along with sleep paralysis as well. The Tavara or Davara is a Turkish night and nightmare demons that are known for tormenting their victims. And I mean tormenting them real bad. Next up is the Lietuven. The Lietuven are the Bakhtak souls of the undead who pretty much became these if they are a victim of being murdered, alt F4ing existence, and being baptized. They are often known for riding on human/animal chests until they die. So yeah, these spirits are very dangerous. Last but not least, we actually got one of the most infamous kind of creatures around that causes terrible nightmares. And that is the Nocnitsa. The Nocnitsa is a Russian, Polish, and Bulgarian night hag spirit. She is known for breaking into people's homes and targeting kids and infants only to give out terrible, terrible nightmares while also draining their vitality. She is one of the most feared kind of spirits around because of the fact that she targets mainly children. She may target adults as well, but her main appetite is kids. So yeah, she is a very dangerous spirit. So as you can see, the mares are not alone when it comes to causing nightmares. Powers. The mares are often associated with the dreams and nightmares of humans and stuff. And there's no wonder with the powers that they have. First off, they have a demon and spirit physiology, which grants them powers of spirits and demons, which obviously they are demon/spirits. So, of these powers includes invisibility, intangibility, possession, shapeshifting, demonic powers, spiritual powers, and so on. Excuse me. Next up, we have life force draining. The mares are known for draining life force of their victims, while also inducing. Oh wait, I gotta wait about that part later. But yeah, they are known to drain the victim's life force, whether it be draining like partially or draining fully until they die. So yeah, that makes them a bit dangerous. Another thing is breaking into homes. It always seems like no matter what, they are capable of breaking into a person's house, whether it be through the creak at the door, whether it be through a small keyhole, whether it be a crack in the window, doesn't matter. They'll find a way to break in. Now, another power, which is pretty much their main power, is nightmare inducement. As the mare's name is given, they are known for causing nightmares, and I mean really bad nightmares. Along with this, they are also able to cause sleep paralysis by sitting on a person's chest, meaning that even if you see them, you cannot do anything about it, which actually makes the mares really dangerous because of the fact that not only can they give you nightmares, but they can also drain your life force, and you will be under sleep paralysis so you can't do anything about it. Now, another thing these demons are known is for being tormentors. They pretty much love tormenting people, whether it be inducing nightmares or causing will fear whenever they're awake. And along with their powers, they are also known for tiring out animals, often getting on their backs and riding them throughout the night, or entangling their hair. So yeah, why do you gotta be mean to the animals? Leave the poor animals alone. And speaking of tying hairs, they often cause like these mare knots, which I think the mare knots may cause a curse to be placed on you as well. I'm not 100% sure on that. I have to look more into that. But yeah, that's pretty much the powers of these nightmarish little fiends. However, don't you dread, for the mares do have weaknesses as well. And these weaknesses can be used to protect yourself against these nightmare-inducing freaks. First off, is having a knife under your pillow. Yep, that's right. You're going to take this knife and you're going to chink them. Chink, chink, chink. I'm kidding. What's actually going to protect you is the iron that's used on a knife, since iron is a natural weakness against demons, spirits, fays, and other kinds of supernatural threats. Now, another item that could protect you is a mare cross. The mare cross is a specially made cross, a symbol that people can write down on their stables or on their bedsides to help repel against the mares. Now, it is also shown that garlic and St. John worts are protective herbs that can protect you against a mare attack in the Slavic culture. Other than that, you also got some rituals that you can use to protect yourself as well. First off is the Scandinavian midsummer bonfires. These are special bonfires that are lit during the midsummer day to help protect against the mares and other kinds of evil spirits. Next up is a Slavic Rushnik cloth with a symbol motif. This kind of cloth is often used in like rituals to help protect oneself against spirits of all kinds, including the mares. Finally, you got the typical Christian prayers and blessings along with holy items that are used in like in certain rituals and stuff in a Germanic culture. Now, another way to protect yourself is filling the small holes and crevices to keep the demons out. After all, if you happen to block their path, how are they expected to get in? And finally, it is said that reciting a prayer before bedtime will often help repel against the nightmares as well. And the mares that cause those nightmares too. So there you have it. There are some protective ways and weaknesses that you can use against a mare. sleep paralysis. Now, with this one though, I'm gonna have to kind of go in depth about it. As we have learned, mares are often known for causing sleep paralysis whenever they're sitting on a person's chest. And if you are a victim of sleep paralysis, there's not much that you can do. However, this kind of begs the question, what exactly is a sleep paralysis? Well, a sleep paralysis, which I'm going to have to look this up because I forgot to type this down. Whoops. Alright. So, we're not using AI generated stuff. That's cringe. So, sleep paralysis is basically a medical condition to where your mind wakes up, but your body is still acting as if it is asleep. Basically, the brain helps kind of relax the muscles in your arms and your legs and your body and stuff. So you're kind of stuck in like this sleep phase, even though your mind is awake and active. As such, you cannot move whatsoever until your body is able to wake itself up. Now, because of this though, people often says that they often see like some kind of demonic creature that is causing them to be like fearful for their life, which is maybe due to some of the symptoms of the sleep paralysis. Let's see. Now then, sleep paralysis is known for causing sleepiness in the daytime. You cannot move whatsoever, which includes your arms and legs. You can't speak because you cannot move along with that. You also got a sensation of pressure that is building up on your chest. And last but not least, sleep paralysis is known for causing hallucinations. So, the combination of the sensation of your chest feeling like something is sitting on it, along with hallucinations, may cause you to start seeing a mare. Or something else that could cause nightmares. However, however. It is because of this that there are so many cases of sleep paralysis and mares often in the same stories. Well, I was going to check to see if there's like famous modern cases and stuff, but it looks like there ain't nothing of that source. But, like I said, there's all kinds of demons and stuff that are said to exist. After all, you got the Succubus and the Incubus, which are often categorized as a type of mare themselves. There's also like the Moras and all that, and the Nocnitsa, which is the most famous case of the mares. So yeah, as you can see, there are a bunch of different cases where the mares and sleep paralysis are often intertwined with one another. However, science does not accept this fact. Science does not accept the fact that they believe that some kind of malevolent spirit will just sit on your chest and cause sleep paralysis. As such, they believe that scientists believe that the main cause for the mare sightings is because of hallucinations. After all, when your brain is in the state as it is with a sleep paralysis, it may often think of a possible explanation of why your body is acting like this. And as such, it will cause hallucinations which will conjure up like these mare-like creatures. However, this makes you wonder. Because of the fact that there are so many different cultures that have like their own versions of nightmares, along with the sleep paralysis and the mare situations, and the fact that so many different cases often talk about the same kind of creature, it makes you think, is a mare a demon that causes sleep paralysis? Or is sleep paralysis is what creates the mare? Well, for you humans, you may not know the answer to that. Scientists may try to bring up the fact that it's just hallucinations and stuff. If your mind's playing trick on you, don't worry about it. But a lot of human victims do not feel the same way. Some human victims will have like too much pressure on the chest. The sensation of fear coming into their bodies, like adrenaline and stuff. It makes them wonder whether or not they're just seeing something, or if there was an actual demon that was sitting on their chest and inducing these terrible, terrible nightmares. But for me as a supernatural creature, yes, it's a mare. It's just a full-on mare. You're getting tormented by a malevolent spirit. It's a mare. It's a mare. Okay. But truth be told, that's pretty much it with the sleep paralysis and stuff. Just be careful and stuff during the night. You don't want to do anything to cause like any more issues with your health and body. And you don't want to piss off your sleep paralysis demon either. Last but not least, is popularity. So, mares are often talked about throughout these cultures and stuff as a type of nightmarish fiends. However, thanks to modern media and pop culture, they went from causing these terrible nightmares to being superstars in shows, in movies, TV series, cartoons, animes, games, and a bunch of stuff like that. First off, you got Dead Awake, which has a mare-like entity that is plaguing the main character in the movie. You also got Mara 2018, where it has Mara, which is basically a type of night hag, as a main antagonist. You also got the movie Marionette, which has the mayor as the main character, right? Hang on, let me double check. Let's see. Okay, I'll be honest. I don't think this simple information stuff is working for me. I may just have to create the scripts. Yeah. I'll be honest. Even with me messing up as I normally do, it ain't this bad. Okay. So basically, the father is coping with the death of his wife and is starting to have like these terrible nightmares. He believes that the nightmares are caused by the mare itself, which is often caused like the sleep paralysis stuff. Okay, we got that. And last but not least, we got The Nightmare, which is basically a documentary about the phenomenon of sleep paralysis, along with the facts about like these shadowy figures and stuff, which is talking about like the mares. Next up is the TV series. We got the show Evil of 2028, which, give me a second. Which pretty much has like a few characters that happens to be mares, which includes like a demon named George, and a demon that was haunting a character named Ben, and stuff like that. Next up, you got Grimm, which had like an actual Alp that was feeding on his victims during their sleep. Next up, you got cartoons. Which, with cartoons, you got the show Hilda, which has like these type of female human-like spirits called the Maras, which are basically inspiration of the nightmares. You also got Monster-Loving Maniacs, which has mares as invisible entities that dissembles disheveled females. And they are pretty much known for causing nightmares and stuff too. And last but not least, you got a Viking School, which often has a mare that appeared in one episode, which is depicted as a hellish horse that feeds on nightmares. Okay. Next up, you got the anime and manga, with the only thing that I could find about the mares is the Oh My Goddess, where they had a goddess that was named Mara. But of course, this Mara may have actually been more of an inspiration of another type of demons that are told in Buddhism. I should have added them to the list. Man, now I'm sad. Okay, next up is games, which we got the Deep Sleep trilogy that features the Shadow People that acts more like a mares than the actual Shadow People. You got Don't Open Your Eyes, which is an indie horror game that that pretty much explores into sleep paralysis. And pretty much have like the mares in there too, I believe. Next up, you got God of War, which they had like their own kind of creatures called nightmares, which are basically like these floating eye-like creatures with tentacles. Ooh, that sounds bad. And last but not least, you got Power World, with one of their pals, Daydream, which is basically like a nightmare. Next up is the books, which for that, you got the mysterious Benedict Society. That is, who's that made by? Trenton Lee Stewart. So, in this book, you got Mr. Nicholas Benedict, who is, yeah, he's having nightmares and stuff and sleeping fits, which is believed to be caused by an old hag. Let's see. Next up is Pale, which Pale is written by Wildbow, following Wart. Huh. Anyways, you got the main character who happens to be a mare. Pigman's model by H.P. Lovecraft. Ooh, we got a Lovecraftian right here. Let's see. Apparently, one of Pigman's paintings is often depicted as a type of nightmarish creature, although it's often depicted as a ghoulish creature as well. And last but not least, you got Art, which you got the famous painting The Nightmare made by Henry Fuseli. This is a painting that has like the little mare and stuff sitting on a woman's chest, while you see like this ghoulish horse looking around the curtain. Yeah, some famous stuff. And that's pretty much it with the popularity. Pretty much showing that these mares are the stuff of nightmares, but also the stuff of dreams too. And now to conclude this all up with the conclusion. The mare is truly the stuff of nightmares. A demon that feasts upon your life force while inducing your worst fears while dreaming. And even if you wake up, you won't be able to do a thing as you are paralyzed in your sleep. So whether it be a short, ugly goblin or a terrifying night hag, make sure you pray and have protective crosses first, or you'll have the nightmares from the mares. And with that, that concludes the mare. So what do you guys think about these nightmarish fiends? Do you really think that they cause like these terrible nightmares? Do you really think that they could cause sleep paralysis on your chest? Would you not have your hair tangled up by them? Let me know in the comment section whenever I load this up on YouTube. And also, let me know if this new format that I've been doing is going to be working out for this class. Because I'll be honest, I don't think it is. I don't think it is one bit. Because of the fact that I kept pausing, I kept messing up, and a part of me didn't know what to say. So, I may just go back to my regular format, but I may have to change up something for the creatures of the week. Because sadly, due to the fact that it takes so much time with writing down their information and stuff, I cannot do it every weekly. I may have to do it every month or so. Huh. Creature of the month. How about that? You think Creature of the Month will work? Sure, it may take way longer for it to be done, but hey, it might work like that. Well, anywho, do y'all got any questions for me about the mares? Nope. You don't got one simple question for me? Not even one tiny bit? Do you not want to know what kind of nightmares that they may induce? You don't want to know about why there are so many different kinds? You don't want to know about whether or not you could take one on yourself in a dreamscape? Like actually fight one? No? Nobody? Yes. Yes, I do. Yes, I do indeed. And I promise I'll play that game in the future. Alrighty then. Well, I guess we're going to close out on this class. So without further ado, thank you guys for coming on this fantastic Creature of the Week stream. I hope y'all had as much fun as I did, as we got to learn about the mares and their nightmarish ways. And if you guys wish to see more streams like these, check me out on TikTok, on the Twitch, on the Twitter, on the main YouTube channel and the Gaming React channel. And also check me and a bunch of others out on the Luminous Fox Agency, which has their own TikTok, their own YouTube, and their own Twitter page. And with that, I bid the show adieu. So see you guys. So long. Bye bye. Okay, bye. And also, give me like about 5 to 10 minutes or so, and I'll hop on for Minecraft. Anyways, see you guys. I said see you guys. Jimmy, close it out. Oh my goodness. Yeah, guys, I'm gonna have to go back to my regular stick with writing down the script. Because I will admit, I feel like this class was a bit of a disaster. But even still, I hope you guys were entertained. I hope I was able to make you guys laugh, chuckle, and more importantly, learn about the mares. But anywho, I'll see you guys in a bit. So long!